once in a while I'm actually going to display some material that is released only after you've completed something else. This is kind of an instructional design method in which you kind of get feedback or debriefing based on the outcome of what you've just produced. So that's what we're going to go through now. I'm going to go over some of the hidden concepts that have happened in the course so far that you've seen in the quiz and perhaps some layout and design issues. Okay, so in terms of transparency of what we're doing, if when you go to the introduction module, right, you saw basically, well, we've got some stuff, here's what I want you to do, here's the play-by-play for the course. Always good to be transparent, again, in terms of the piece-by-piece that you're expecting in terms of the outcome. You see a link to the Facebook group here, so you've probably already discovered that. You also have the same link in this area here on the course. So redundancy of information is always good in terms of navigation. So if a student doesn't find it in one place, a student find it somewhere else. So that's what you're really going for as we move through this course, that we need to look at concepts like redundancy of information, so several paths lead to the same outcome. So it's easier for students to find the material. If we take a look at the quiz, I'm just going to go through and the makeup of the quiz. I'm going to dissect it with you here for a second. Okay, so I made you do matching. Okay, so we've got the dates. That kind of creates a timeline, so it gives you learning within an envelope, right? We actually have continuity of time, and you see what kind of steps are happening as we go through time in the evolution of instructional design and theory. In the second one, we throw out the dates because they're no longer really the important aspect. The important aspect is the building of the definition and how the definition evolves over time. You'll see that I've stuck a note in there also in the reason of where the definition's coming from and the reason why I built this first module the way that I did, in terms of the fact that there's a human resource and a non-human resource. The non-human resource in this case is the book, and the fact that you're going through the quiz, and the quiz actually gives you all the answers. You just have to basically go through and put things in order. Again, it's more worried about the content and the focal point of what you need to remember. A lot of teachers get hooked up with the mechanism of playing gotcha and, hey, what date was this on? And why is that important in the big scheme of things? Up here, again, we're building kind of a context, continuity over time. You don't need to know that, say, in 1963, one of the definitions came about, or in 1977. The important aspect is the fact that we see evolution over time, and we see how educational technology is mixed in to that definition as well. The human factor for this particular assignment is the fact that you now get to collaborate with your peers in a Facebook group where you're posting something that would have been in an earlier definition where media is the instructional technology and being involved in instructional design to support learning. So we're going to post things on the Facebook group, those actual media clips, and then we're going to discuss it within the next week, well, within the next 5 days, to try and understand how this fits in with the definition and why they're successful in terms of the definition or the latest definition.